Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super excited to have you join me here today. We are going to dive right in. And it was funny, I sat down to do your reading and there was like an absolute downpour outside, and now the sun's already back out. It's just wild. The weather is crazy right now. All right, for Pisces. You have for Pisces, for the Spirit. What do you have for Pisces? What does Pisces need to know for Pisces? Well, you guys are getting fish on the bottom of the deck. I saw the ring while I was shuffling. Wow. Wow, Pisces. I saw the ring. It like really flipped over. I thought it was going to come out and then it didn't. So that was an interesting thing. And I feel, I feel like there's something coming, but you don't see it yet. With the ship here, you may be going on a trip or travel or have an opportunity to travel coming up, or even possibly to move. You know, whenever the ship comes out, it is a really positive sign, and it is something that can tell you, you know, you're not staying stagnant anymore. There is movement here in your energy, and there is a reason to be confident. There is a reason to feel good about whatever the situation is that you're in, or whatever positioning that you have here. And, you know, I am struck by the hot air balloon energy of just, it may not be moving like super fast, but you are really getting like the big picture of what's happening here. With the fish, this is like money and success, and it's also about movement, and it's also about luck and prosperity. So it just feels like, Pisces, with this particular energy, there's a lot to feel really good about. There's a lot to be very hopeful and very optimistic about at this time. Okay, you have the Fire Prince on the bottom of the deck. You have the Ring Master of Scrutiny and the Hungry Ghost. You know, Pisces, if you're dealing with a fire sign, man, Pisces, I feel like you may not really be aware of this energy, but I feel like there's someone who is wanting to talk to you, wanting to get to know you better, or it may be possibly for some of you like an ex who's kind of watching from the sidelines here, especially if you're dealing with a fire sign, where you know, this is someone that I feel like desires you. I feel like, you know, the fire can just also represent desire, passion, attraction, something like that, where it's like this person is starting to possibly see things more clearly. It's almost like possibly that they can't stop thinking about you, and because they can't stop thinking about you, it's sort of like, or there's maybe no one that compares to you for them, or someone that does. It's like they may also be someone who, I want to be careful how I say this, because someone who doesn't really like to take risks, someone who likes to know how things are going to kind of like turn out in the end. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of an emperor type energy here. Well, we are in Aries season. I think there's someone that can't stop thinking about you, and I think that this is opening up some line of clarity for them. It's making something very clear to them that, like, you know, they may still be watching you, or they may still be trying to get more information about you, or there is a little bit of an energy of judgment, or you know, because it feels more not like they're really trying to, how does this feel? It's like they're trying to decide if you're a good match, or they're trying to decide if they have a chance. There's something about, like, they don't want to get egg on their face, or they don't want to look stupid. There's a bit of an ego involved here. It's a very emperor type energy of just kind of like, I want this, but I want to make sure it's the exact right thing. I mean, I desire it, or I'm attracted to it, or I can't stop thinking about it, or I feel attached to it, but I also don't want to risk, like, foolishness. But there's something happening here that's making them feel a little bit optimistic, or a little bit hopeful. All right. I feel like, Pisces, you're kind of doing your own thing here. You got your own stuff going on. You have good things coming and good things happening. You may have multiple opportunities kind of coming towards you. Oh my God, look at this. All right, Pisces. So you have frigid on the bottom of the deck. You know, for some of you, you may be giving this person the impression that you're really not open to their advancements. Like, this may be someone who is trying to flirt with you, or trying to get some kind of read on you. This may also be someone who you have dealt with in the past, whose ego got in the way. Like, they went from sort of fun-loving and playful and everything is going okay, to getting in their head and kind of withdrawing, and kind of maybe getting like a little bit cold on the relationship. There's definitely someone interested in you. You have the groom card here. You know, you have this energy of take a chance, go for it. And then you have this energy of sleep on it. Think before you speak, get rest, don't sabotage, call it a day. So I'm really picking up on this energy of, like, pause before, if there's a decision, especially a decision about whether you want to go out with someone or whether you want to give someone a chance, kind of give yourself a moment to, like, pause and reflect before making a decision kind of energy. Ultimately, this can be even with these little speech bubbles on his head, where someone texts you and it's like, you may feel like texting this person right back or messaging this person right back, but there's something here where it's like, just take a moment. You may feel drawn to take a chance, and you may feel that way when you wake up in the morning as well. But it's like, you don't have to respond immediately. There's something about that here. Like, just because it's this person's timing doesn't mean that it's your timing. All right, let's dive into the tarot. What is this person thinking about Pisces? What is this groom thinking about Pisces? Wow. Ace of Cups, Three of Swords, and Nine of Swords. This person has a very active mental body. They may be someone that talks themselves in and out of things a lot. They may actually not necessarily always take action on what they're thinking or what they think they should do or what they're really drawn to do. They may also be someone that has a hard time expressing themselves or saying what they want to say. They may get really blocked by fear. There is something about this person's ego or pride and not wanting to look stupid. I just keep picking up on that energy. And it's really holding this person back. And it's like, I'm also getting like, doesn't want to take the heat, doesn't want to, there may be, for some of you, there may be someone else involved in this. It's like this person knows they want a new opportunity with you, Pisces, but their mind really holds them back. It's becoming really, really clear to this person what this was or what this is, but they kind of have a tendency to get in their own way. Let me clarify this Three of Swords. It's like they keep thinking about it and thinking about it. I feel like, this is someone, they may even write a bunch of text messages and then not send them. They stop themselves. Wow. Guys, you have the King of Wands and the Six of Cups in reverse. This is someone, it's like they cannot stop thinking about you. They cannot stop wanting you. They cannot stop desiring this. But it's like their fear or some wounding, or possibly this could be someone that broke your heart, or this is someone that's going to break someone else's heart in order to come forward to take advantage of this connection or to accept this new beginning. It keeps this person really trapped in their head and in a state of like fear and anxiety. This is what they really want. They want to take a leap of faith, but they're really locked up here mentally. And man, but they can't stop thinking about you, and they can't stop wanting you or desiring you. All right, so for some of you, this is a past person. They could not give in to something that they felt was probably meant for them. There was a blockage here. And again, this is someone who isn't really listening to what their heart is saying. They're not really prioritizing what their heart is saying. They're someone who is really like blinded by their own reality, or by, this can be other people's judgment. They're letting things external to them prevent them from opening up to something that they feel like is probably very much meant to be. This person has had the opportunity to kind of reflect on this, or to kind of get some enlightenment, take a pause, take the pressure off, and sort of let the truth come to them. And they are definitely seeing something very clearly here. And I think it has to do with the fact that they can't stop thinking about you, or they haven't stopped wanting this or wanting you. And that is sort of guiding them to really want to take a leap of faith and come towards you. But in their heart space, it's like they definitely... Let me clarify. What's the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands in reverse? This person is afraid to be happy. This person is afraid to make some kind of decision or to choose what they actually want. They may have kind of talked themselves into a situation where they can't see how they could actually make it work, or where they've kind of talked themselves into sort of like, oh, well, the heart is impractical, or the heart, what the heart wants, would need a very carefully planned out plan. Like, I can't just be spontaneous. I can't just give in to the situation. This is someone who's a real thinker. They're a real, like, they're very logical. They're very analytical. They're very sensible. They're not someone who's like, oh, wow, I'm feeling like this. I need to just move on that before I change my mind or before the feeling passes. I need to just use that feeling as bravery to take the step I need to take. No, this is someone who's like, well, here are all the reasons why this probably wouldn't work, or why I would need to be really, really careful, or I would need to really, if I were going to take a step, or if I were going to listen to my heart, or if I were going to open up and accept this as my destiny or my fate, or something that is meant to be in my life, I would need some very carefully laid plans. With the Four of Swords, what it's saying is like, this person just needs to clear their mind. They need to stop being so logical and analytical, and they need to heal something, because what is not healed is creating a blockage. With this Sun card, though, this person has clarity. Like, this person feels happy in your presence. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. It's so crazy, because I feel this desire to just be happy, but then and to know what is going to make me happy, or what is going to enhance the happiness in my life. But because it's not neat and tidy, and it doesn't fall into a carefully crafted, like, it's almost like someone who's like, okay, I'm gonna meet my person at 30, I'm gonna get married at 32, and this, like, is a complete upheaval to all of that. It's like, I don't see this fitting into the plan of my life. Like, this would require me to kind of go off course. I just keep getting that. And it's like, even though it makes me really happy, and even though I can't stop thinking about it, and even though I can't stop desiring it, like, I value, or I prioritize what makes sense, or what's logical, or what's analytical, more so than just giving in to this feeling of being happy. You know what I mean? They're definitely, they've got clarity. With the Hangman and the Sun on the bottom of the deck, what are their intentions with Pisces? What are their intentions? There's the Emperor. Okay, 10 of Cups. Knight of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands. See, this person, in order to be able to have emotional contentment with another person, this person has to close out a cycle. This person has to let go of, either they're putting a ton of pressure on themselves, or someone else has put a lot of pressure on them, or they're just feeling like life in general has put a lot of burden on their plate. They have to complete a cycle before they can start a new one. And it is like trading the 10 of Wands for the 10 of Cups here. And it's like, they can't do that until they fully complete the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands has, I feel like it's kind of kept this person in an energy of being a bit superficial in life. A bit like kind of floating from one thing to another. Like, this makes me happy. Oh yeah, this glitters and gold. It's like they need constant stimulation on some level in order to stay in a space of, I don't even want to call it happiness. I just want to call it, it's almost like constant movement that prevents us from feeling the loneliness, or from going deep with ourselves or with other people. It's just like, I just keep sort of putting my focus on this thing that I want, or that thing that I want, and then I achieve that, and then I move to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And it's weird, because it's also like, I'm picking up on this energy of, once you start acquiring things, like, for example, let's just say that this person is like, okay, I'm going to buy this car. This is going to make me happy. And then they get to a place in their life where they can buy the car. But then the car comes with a car payment, or the car insurance is really high, or, you know, all of a sudden they have to, you know, put a lot more investment into the thing, or it creates a change in their lifestyle because now they have to pay to maintain it, or pay to like have it in some way. Okay. And then they're like, I want a house with a garage for my car. That's going to make me happy. And so then they go and they get the house with the garage for their car. And now their car is parked in the garage. And maybe they've even paid off the car, but now they've got this house payment. And now they can't afford to like travel the way that they once could, because they've got to take care of their house, or they want to fix their house up, or they want to do this, or they want to do that. It's kind of like, it's almost having the opposite effect. Acquiring things is almost having the opposite effect. It's almost like creating this burdensome situation that's causing this person to feel like they can't get out of it. Like they can't just give in to the whim of being happy. They have all of these responsibilities or obligations or something, or they're not really free to move about in that way. But it's like, it's weird because on the one hand, and so they continue to acquire things, and they continue to sort of put themselves in this situation where they quote unquote can't, right? Where they're so overburdened they can't possibly take on anything else. But at the same time, it's like, is it really making them happy, right? Because we see emotional contentment in reverse. And we saw that this person in their heart space, you know, you made them happy, but yet they were saying, well, I would have to, you know, move heaven and earth, or I would have to go off my plan for myself, for my life, in order to incorporate Pisces into my life. Or do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like it's serving some kind of purpose for this person to have these burdens, or to not be able to like kind of open up to accept something here. With the Emperor, you know, this person may even own their own business, or they may have a lot of financial obligations, or they may be like in charge of something. But there's also this thing about someone who's a little set in their ways, or who sort of, it's like, this is the way I do it. I'm not really reconsidering it. I'm not really thinking about changing my priorities, or I'm not really open to kind of doing it a different way. But at the same time, the Emperor is a very wise person, and the Emperor, it's like something in the back of their mind is like, but I'm not really happy, but these things aren't really making me happy. You know, they may project that these things are making them happy, or that they're living the good life, or that they have something solid going on. But inside there's this crumbling. There's this, it's almost like, yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. You know what I mean? But it's almost kind of like a loneliness, or, all the stuff that I have doesn't excite me anymore. It's not what I desire anymore, because I already have it. It's like once you get it, the desire wanes. You're like, oh, now I have it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't stay something that I continue to desire. But it's like Pisces, there's something about you that this person continues to desire. And they can't really, and you know, for someone who sort of goes like, I desire this, I'm going to go get it. You know, it's like it's in conflict to their general way of being to not come for you, if that makes sense. But also, you are not an inanimate object that they can just purchase and possess. You know, you're something that would cause a change of a lifestyle, or would cause them to not be able to just dictate, well, this is what I want, this is what they would have to share that experience, or there's something here where they would have to sacrifice something, or they feel like they would have to sacrifice something. It's weird. It's like what they thought they wanted has turned out to be very burdensome. And the thing that they thought they could live without has turned out to be very burdensome, because they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop wanting you or desiring you, and they are not taking action on it. And so as a result, it's like in conflict to their own vision of themselves, or who they think that they are as a person. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, you know, it's someone who projects that they sort of have everything together and that they're in complete control. And if there's something they want, they're just going to go out and do it. But they themselves know that they want you, but they're not coming for you. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's like they're having to come to terms with it, and it is becoming a bit overwhelming with the Ten of Wands. Let me clarify this. Yeah, you got the Four of Coins with the Seven of Coins. It's like, this person may really, really, really care about the material world, or how the material world views them, or how they are viewed by other people. And it's like they don't want to give up this sense of control, or they don't want to act out of character, or they don't want to take some kind of chance or some kind of risk. With the Four of Coins, it's like my life looks really good. My life is stable. You know, I don't have anything that is making me nervous, or is challenging me, or is making me feel imbalanced. And I'm kind of holding on to that. But with the Seven of Coins, it's sort of an energy of that isn't sustainable. Because the Seven of Coins, it's like we plant the seed, and then it becomes the plant. It becomes the fruit. And so it reminds us that everything has its time. Everything has its shelf life. Everything has its germination period, or, you know, everything, nothing stays the same. Nothing goes without change, right? Change is the one constant in the universe, I guess is how I'll just say it. And so something, you know, how we view things, how we feel about things, how we see things, it evolves and it changes. And if the more we try to prevent it from changing, the more we try to hold on to things exactly the way they are, the more pressure, it's like a pressure cooker. And it's like it's building up, it's building up, it's building up. It's not sustainable to try to prevent change. It just isn't. And it's not sustainable to try to be just constant and have no flux, or no evolution, or no up or down. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just not natural. It's just not the way the universe works. It's not in the flow of the universe. So, you know, it's like if I'm trying to hold on to things exactly the way they are, like my control on the situation, my ability to look a certain way when inside I'm feeling something else, eventually that's going to crack, right? Okay. What actions might this person take? Wow, we've got the divine pair of the King and Queen of Swords. The King of Swords is coming out sideways. This person is definitely thinking about reaching out to you. I think they're not really quite sure how you're going to react. I think this person, it's like there's almost a determination here to really consider their own happiness. And I think their own happiness comes in possibly reaching out to you. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Strength card, and the Sun card. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Leo. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo or an Aries. Or even an Aquarius or an Aries. You know, this person, they have kind of held themselves back from exploring this happiness fully. And I think there is this energy here of, you know, kind of an acknowledgement of With the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles, there's just this... It feels like a period of time where this person is sort of forced to look at their own happiness and whether they are happy and where their satisfaction is coming from. And if they're not happy and if they're not satisfied, then how do I work on that? How do I bring more of that into my life with the Eight of Pentacles? How do I kind of master myself? How do I, get out of my own way so that I can have my own happiness? They've either spent a period of time evaluating this or they are going to, but there's this energy of, I need to understand myself. I need to understand what's driving me. I need to understand what's preventing me from taking this step. I need to make sure I'm the one that's calling the shots here. Like, I need to make sure that, it's kind of like not letting life happen to me, but instead, putting the work or the effort in that needs to be taken in order to have this contentment, this happiness, experience this. I also, with these 2 nines, I think that they have reached the highest level of happiness they can have on their own, or without this connection, or without this kind of like divine pair here. And I feel like it's kind of, this feels like a kind of a goal-oriented person who's sort of like, I reach a certain level and then I look to the next level and then I work until I reach that level and then I move on. And so it's like, but this person, it's always been things outside themselves, not things inside themselves. And I think they're realizing that there is just a lack of emotional contentment. For some of you, they may be in a relationship or in some kind of marriage that has ended a long time ago, but that they're still sort of in, with the Ten of Cups in reverse. It's just not making them happy. It's not bringing them joy. Or they may have been in a relationship that was like that, where it may have felt like, oh yeah, maybe it made sense, maybe it was logical, maybe it fell into their normal way of thinking or doing things or seeing things, and then it's like it stopped making sense at some point, or it stopped making them happy at some point, but they may have stayed with it, or they may have left it and just sort of flitted around and sort of been like, I'm not going to get involved with someone else ever again, or I'm not going to buy into that bullshit again. That's sort of the feeling I get. But there's something here about, okay, well, I'm as happy as I can be on my own, and it still isn't enough. I still want Pisces, or I still want this connection, or I still desire this, or it's like they can't get it out of their head, but they're resistant to it with the Strength card and the Sun card. It's like, and then it's kind of like there's this evaluation with the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles of like, why am I resistant to it? You know what I mean? Like, what do I need to look at? Or why is the path I've chosen not actually feeling fulfilling to me? Or is this enough for me for the rest of my life to just sort of feel this way, this level of happiness? Or to kind of continue on my path. This person is not sure. We have the King of Swords coming out sideways. This is in flux. The King of Swords upright is sure. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly what's in alignment with them. There's something that is making this person feel unstable about the way they've always seen something. And I think it's you. And it's messing with the way they're even viewing their own happiness, or it's also messing with their thought process on what it is that makes them happy. Or, this person may be someone who really got a lot of payoff when they got recognition, or when they made people around them happy or proud, or they were always looking to like make their parents proud, or they were always, and so they weren't really living their life for themselves. And now it's kind of like, it's almost like a midlife crisis, or it's almost like a moment where it's becoming clear to them how they have resisted their own desires, or how they have held back from what they really want in order to kind of fulfill someone else's. And I think there is a certain amount of satisfaction, there is a certain amount of contentment in their life. It's not just all junk, because we have the 9 of Cups here, but it's not the 10 of Cups. You know what I mean? It's not, they haven't reached the pinnacle. And I think there is this questioning within themselves of, you know, do they want to reevaluate some decision they've made about not ever being in a relationship again, or even reevaluate how they have sort of lived to make someone else happy rather than themselves, or they've prioritized something outside themselves rather than something inside themselves. There's a lot of introspection, there's a lot of questioning, there's a lot of opportunity for growth right here, and a lot of opportunity for change. And I think a lot of it is really coming from this energy of, you know, really desiring this connection, or really feeling passion or desire for you, Pisces, that is sort of, it's making them go, wait, you know, am I telling myself the truth about you know, because it's like they can't control that they're thinking about you all the time. They can't control that they still want this, or that they're still thinking about it, or they are still desiring it. Even it is, and it feels like something they've tried to talk themselves out of. And so there's this conflict, and they are somebody who typically goes for what they desire, or at least that's what they tell themselves about who they are. But I think it's almost like, I feel for some people at least, it's a wake-up call that like, wow, I really haven't been following my own map. I've been, you know, trying to make other people proud, or trying to please other people, or trying to fit into some other thing, rather than prioritizing what is ultimately going to make me happy. With the Fool card on the bottom of the deck, I just get like, this person doesn't want to make any sudden move, or doesn't want to, they don't want to come out feeling like a fool. They don't want to come out looking like a fool, like losing whoever's approval that they've worked so hard to get, and, you know, having things not work out, you know, starting at ground zero. They're just not, I can feel a resistance or a hesitation around it. Let me see. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. 4 of Swords, they're really in deep thought about this. Yeah, because the King of Wands underneath that, wow, this person has an opportunity for some kind of rebirth. You've got the Fool card with the Ace of Pentacles, with the 4 of Swords, with the King of Wands, and the Death card underneath that. You know, this person, it's like they want to make sure that if they're going to take some kind of risk, or they're going to take some kind of leap of faith, it is for something really solid and stable. This person has really tried to clear their mind, or has tried to clear even their energetic field, but it's like they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop wanting you. They can't stop desiring you. They can't stop even focusing on you. Some of you, they may be even like watching your social media, whatever. But it's really causing some kind of opportunity, wow, for this person to come into their authenticity. Wow, to go after what they really want here. Wow. So I don't see them taking a whole lot of steps. I feel they are really definitely contemplating reaching out or communicating on some level. I feel like they are really hungry for information about you, or to spend time with you, or to be in your presence, or to like know more than they do, or something. But it's like there's somebody that's really held back, or really resistant here to whatever change would have to take place in order for them to be able to like really come for this. But, you know, with the Death card, it's kind of like they're being faced with this for a reason. This is part of their path for a reason. How they respond to it is their own free will choice. But there's definitely a reason why this connection has come into their life and why they're being faced with this. And it is definitely causing them to introspect and to really think about it. But Pisces, I feel like you're pretty good. I feel like you're in the land of opportunity. And I feel like there's movement in your life. I don't feel like you're staying stuck. I don't feel like you're really waiting for this person to come through for you. I think you're just sort of minding your own business or focused on yourself and what's in front of you and making the most of it. There's a lot of positive movement around your energy right now. All right, Pisces, let me get you some messages. For some of you, you may not even realize that this is all happening. All right, Pisces, if you are dealing with the water sign, you're getting obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. I miss hearing your voice. Self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other, and you inspire me. All right, if you're dealing with a fire sign, all right, you're getting support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. I wonder how you feel. I do love you. Interference, an external party is intruding on this relationship. I don't want to let you go. I'm in a committed relationship. I don't react when people mention you, and fate. This is a destined partnership. That feels so much like the reading. If you're dealing with an earth sign, warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. I watch your social media. I can't do this. I wish things could be different. I couldn't let you get close to me. If you're dealing with an air sign, you are getting balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. I wonder if you are happy without me. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. And forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. Pisces, this is what I have for you today. I hope it helps. I hope it brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You guys know the drill. I love it and I appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.